Bro, you know I'm always going to go for the wildest fucking one, bro. I'm going to go for Ngannou 5th round submission. Triangle choke. Off the cage. Jumping, flying triangle choke off the cage. Last second of the 5th round. Puts Cyril to sleep, bro.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz at the Round Table Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. My guy is back. Welcome back, Tooth. He's in the building. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, bruv. It's good to be back, bruv. I'm loving all this African Cup of Nations, bruv, man. It is mental, bruv. We are following this live, and I'm telling you, bruv, those referees, if they need a job, bruv, just holler at your boy, bruv. Newcastle could use some help right now, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Listen. Hey. Shout out to ST and Mr. KA, yeah? Real talk. Ghana are doing you like dirty right now, but Two's right. These referees are moving mad, bruv. Like, they know something that I don't. Whatever money they're involved in, yeah, whatever laundering they're in, I want some. I can't lie. These decisions are criminal, bruv. Criminal.
Who are Ghana losing to, bruv?
The Commodores, bruv.
Bruv, man said Lionel Richie all night long, bruv.
All night long! All night long! All night long!
Do you know what I mean? Oh, bruv, shout out to all the Ghanaian man them though, bruv. But hey, it's just not your night tonight, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Bruv, going out, bruv, Bruv, who was in who's in their group? Morocco, Gabon. A Gabon without Aubameyang, right? They lost. They lost. Bruv, did you see what happened after that? Did you see the fight?
Nah.
What's it name? After the Gabon match, I think they drew. Did they drew or lose? No, they drew.
Oh, did you post it on the group? Was it the one on the group?
And the one that punched. Well, it wasn't a punch, bruv.
Bruv, do you know what I mean? But I wrote on the group my thoughts on that, bruv. The guy blindsided him, so you can't blame it. Like I don't even think that was slowed down as well. Do you know what I mean? So it looked in real time. I don't even think he thought about it. It was just like, yo, what the fuck is coming at me from here? And then he just threw a punch, bro.
Oh man! Listen,
we need these African referees in the Prem, bro. We need it, bro. We need it, bro. This is what will stop all that fucking postponing games and shit, bro. Just fly some of these African referees out here first class, bro. Do you know what I mean? And trust me, bro. Like
we'll get the games going, but it'll be all corruption, bro.
But still, man, Gabon without Aubameyang is like Belarus without Hleb.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like, bro, who the fuck else are like? Who else is there on the team?
It's true, bro. It's true. I can't lie.
But bro, this is the funny thing you were saying it, bro. You remember back in the day we used to take the piss out of Asamoah Gyan and fucking Kevin Prince Boateng and fucking Suli Montari and them, bro. Now it's like,
bro, they need them, bro. Listen, bring them back out of retirement, bro. I'm sure at like 47 years old, they'll do a better job, bro. I told these man from the beginning, those AU brothers are a curse, bro. Ever since they became regulars, yeah. Ghana have gone to shit, bro. Get rid of them,
bro. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, since we're roasting Ghana, yeah, bro. This is for the true Ghanaian fans out there, bro. I posted this on the group as well, bro. You remember when Asamoah Gyan got fucking was like a murder suspect of his best friend or some shit. Bro, him and his boy, yeah, took jet skis out to the middle of the ocean, fam. Only one of them came back.
Guy, you're going to hell. You're going to hell, bro.
bro, bro, I didn't do fuck all, bro. But that is suspect, bro. I'm telling you, that is some Illuminati shit right there, bro. I'm telling you, hey, bro, didn't he used to wear the number like 33 or some shit?
Yeah. Hey, bro, listen. No. You're not getting us shut down. You're not doing it. You've only just come back. Come back.
Fucking around, bro. Fucking around, bro.
Of course, bro. Of course. But people, I'm so glad to have my guy Tooth back, and you know what time it is when he is in the building. It is time for Fight Talk. Fight Talk is back for 2022, and what a way to get it kick-started with UFC 270 coming up. And we're going to be dissecting, talking, and all that good stuff, and obviously taking the piss, as you know. When Two's here, it's no holds barred, anything goes sort of action. But before we start, as usual, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. And I say all the time, share. We are here, and make sure you join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. This weekend coming up, UFC 270 taking place in California. Massive card to start off. I mean, I think we've been ever since the John Jones talk kind of went on the back burner. This is what we've been looking forward to. And people, as you can see in the background, the main event of UFC 270 is Francis Ngannou versus Cyril. Man got a bit tight. Man got a bit tongue-tied, bro. Cyril Gane for the undisputed heavyweight title of the world.
Bruv, speaking of Africa and Africans and what they're achieving, bruv, here we go, bruv.
Oh yeah, 100%. Unlike on the football fields.
Bruv, the baddest man on the planet, bruv.
I'm telling you, Ngannou, obviously the champ, taking the title back not taking the title back, taking the title from Stipe with a knockout, taking on Gane, who took on Derek Lewis for the interim title, won that, and now we're getting the both of them colliding this weekend. Tooth, obviously, it's a fight we've all been waiting for. It's gonna be a blockbuster. In terms of this fight, though, from your perspective, and obviously we're gonna get into where we see the fight going. These two know each other. They've known each other for some time. You'll know a lot more about it than I do. They've trained together, had the same trainer for a significant amount of time. Obviously, Ngannou left, went elsewhere, and now they're coming to clash. What can we expect from this fight on a whole?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I guess we have to see whose night it is in terms of it's the classic puncher versus the boxer kind of thing in MMA, isn't it, man? It's like, well, the guy that can put you to sleep with one punch win against the guy, and you've got to throw the little meme in there, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Death by 1,000 fucking cuts, bro.
I'm talking death by 1,000 cuts. Oh, I'd like to see that.
Do you know what I mean? They both, they know each other. They know each other well, but I've never really sort of played too much into that, because as much as you train with someone every day, not only do you not have the same sparring partners every day and for every session, you may do, but you get alternated a lot. So you're never sticking around someone long enough to sort of figure out all of their tricks of what they do and what they have in their locker and in their toolbox. So I don't really play into that too much. However, they have sparred. There is footage of them sparring. And Francis came out and said, obviously, I put him to sleep in training. And Gane came out with a more humble response and said, like, look, on some days I got the better of him, some days he got the better of me. And in reality, that is the truth. Do you know what I mean? Pardon me, unless you're Habib. Do you get what I mean? Unless for everyone else, that's more or less how it works. But it's such an intriguing matchup because what Ngannou does well after we saw from Stipe is such a level up from the fight that from the win streak that he went on. I think he went on like a 5-fight win streak before he got another shot.
Four.
After the Derek Lewis
loss, yeah. He went on 4, like, and then Stipe in 5.
Yeah, so he beat Stipe, he beat what's his
Rosenstruck.
name? Yeah, Rosenstruck, he beat Dos Santos, he beat Kane as well.
Yeah,
all of them
within,
bro, and Curtis Blades, and all of them within one round, as in like all of them combined, took a total of like 1 minute and 15 seconds to finish.
Apart from Stipe was 2. Stipe was 2.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. In the Stipe fight, we saw so much more to Ngannou. We saw takedown defense. We saw grappling. We saw him being calculated and calm and knowing when to strike and knowing when to take a step back. And he was so much more calculated. It was such a level above what we had seen him before. It's like, now we really have a problem with this guy. Like that one fight just answered all our questions about all his other competencies. Whereas with Gane, we've seen a much, much more consistent, level-headed, know what we expect every time. He's almost like that GSP kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we know when he comes in, you're not really good. You're not going to have your way against him. We've not really seen anyone do anything to it at all. So their trajectory. Yeah, we've never seen him be in trouble. Never seen him be in trouble, but we've seen Ngannou be in trouble with Stipe, and we've seen Ngannou not turn up, do you know what I mean, and choke, so to say, in another big fight against Lewis. But since then, it's just been fucking projectiles skywards, bruv, with his development. With Gane, we've just seen the same guy throughout. So it's difficult to say who's going to come out on top. But what Gane does well, as we know, bruv, is for a heavyweight, he moves like no one at that division. That's
100.
Yeah, before him. It's insane. He moves like a fucking featherweight.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like Gane is, bruv, he's an anomaly. Like the way how he's entered the UFC. And the way how he fights, bro. Like heavyweight, obviously, in all heavyweight, boxing, whatever, it's all about power. That's what is associated with power. This guy's come in and ripped up the blueprint a little bit and basically said, hey, nah, we can be light on our feet. We can be calculated. It could be a slow burner. I can control fights and destroy people mentally as well as physically, instead of just going there all guns blazing. And it's refreshing to see that in the heavyweight division. But I completely agree with you. I'm just sitting, and I even sat there today and I was just like, brother, I don't know what is gonna happen. Purely because I think if this fight was taking place before the Stipe fight, I probably could have told you. But because of what Ngannou did to Stipe, it just changes everything. Because if you remember from the first fight with Stipe took him down. He was catching him, made him tired, wore him out, and then don't get me wrong, Ngannou did catch him with a couple of shots, but Stipe ate him. And then Stipe came out on top, and in the Derek Lewis fight, as you said, he just didn't turn up, and everyone thought it was over. He's one-dimensional. He can't do anything. And then he's been on this win streak and obviously knocking guys out for fun, which is what he does. But the Stipe fight was like, yeah, I've been working. I've not just been working on the power punches. I've been working on my grappling, working on my takedown defense, working on my wrestling. And it seems like this is the perfect time now with the way how Gane is and the way how Gane operates, because he's going to need all this stuff if he's going to win this fight. We know he's got the punching power. but he's going to need other tools in his arsenal to deal with Gane, because obviously we know Gane's undefeated, came into the UFC undefeated, hasn't lost since. All-rounder, as we know. He's won.
Bro, not only hasn't lost, like, run some of the names off his record, bro. Volkov, Lewis, Dos Santos. Like, top fucking guys, bro. But at the same time, like, these are guys that the UFC have kept around like legacy fighters. Do you know what I mean? Like, kept around a little too longer than their fucking sell-on day, bro. But again, we don't need to judge the fucking punching bag. Like, this guy's throwing flying knees, roundhouse kicks, fucking hiding them behind 1-2 combos, slipping off the center, like doing all this fucking shit that Stephen A. Smith would be fucking jerking off over. You know what I mean? Breaking it down on that level and shit. But do you know what I mean? Like, we could see, well, from the eyeball test, we could tell, like, raw, this guy is a fucking problem, bro. But this is what makes it, as you said, bruv, if this was before the Stipe fight or in and around the Derek Lewis fight, Gane all day.
Yeah, 100.
We're talking about an Ngannou that only in his last fight have we seen some of what he's fucking shown us. Up until that last fight, it was all right, knockout power, not on some Deontay Wilder thing. But because the division was so saturated, Gane was on the come up at that time, or he just signed at that time. So there was never any conversation of him and Gane fighting. And at that time as well, they were sparring partners. They were teammates, gym mates. So there was no way that their paths were going to collide at that stage in their careers. So this is why at this stage, it is just like, fuck me. I know who I'm leaning towards, and I have my reasons why. But it's a toss-up, bro. My prediction doesn't mean shit. My words don't mean shit. Your words don't mean shit. Joe Rogan's words don't. No one's, like, this is one of those fights. You just have to see who comes out on top.
This is it. And it's one of them. Listen, I genuinely just can't wait. I cannot wait. In terms of strategy, I think the basic is, Ngannou's gonna want to get it done early. Gane's gonna want it to go as long as possible. What we haven't seen is if this does go to round 3, 4, what is Ngannou's plan? Because even though we've seen a new Ngannou, I still believe if he's not dominating the fight and getting his way, I think he can get frustrated and he will go back to being one-dimensional. So do you think that's a factor, or is it a case of, because we haven't seen anything go past 2 rounds, we don't know? Ngannou might have become even more calculated. He might even become more patient. It's just that we haven't seen it. But I just believe that from Gane's perspective, it's a case of stay on the outside, frustrate, let it go as long as possible, and then start destroying him from there and taking the 4-5 rounds. But at the same time, in terms of not trying to finish, we always know that Ngannou's going to have that one-punch knockout power at all times. So it's one of them, bruv.
I know, bruv. So you see what you say about Ngannou kind of resorted, like the first thing you said about Ngannou, if he doesn't get his way, he's just going to go back to what he's used to. Bruv, we've seen that happen before. We've seen fighters that, for example, best example I can think of right off the top of my head, which is the co-main event, which we'll get into, Mexican Goth Boy versus
Figuerado,
Brazilian dude, Figuerado. In their second fight, you remember Figuerado like, he was just looking for it, bruv. Like, he was looking for it, bruv. You know, he was so desperate, bruv. You know, them way there, bruv, when you're on WhatsApp and you're like, oh my God, fuck it, I'm just gonna text this fat bitch, bruv. Like, you're that desperate, bruv. That's what he was on, bruv. And Even the fat bitch smelt it from a mile away. She's like, nah. It's like, it was one of them ones, bro. That's the best analogy I could put to it, bro. My man was hunting for it, didn't get it, and that was his downfall in the end. So we've seen that happen before. Mm-hmm. But again, judging off his last fight, I feel like he's mature. And we've also seen fighters that have understood how much power they carry mature over the years. Like, they're not as eager to finish a fight in the first round as Ngannou did in the last fight with Stipe. Or another example would be Deontay Wilder in his second fight with Ortiz.
Yeah.
He wasn't hunting for it. He was in the first fight. In the first fight, he was hunting for it. In the second fight, he let Ortiz beat the shit out of him for 7 rounds. Or maybe not let him beat the shit out of him, because Ortiz can beat the shit out of anyone, as we know. He's that good. But Wilder was patient for it. He knew all he needed was the right moment to let it go. Yeah. And that would be the game-changing punch. Like, after that punch would be landed, no matter what Ortiz had done up until that point, it doesn't matter. And I feel like Ngannou may have now clocked onto that, because we saw that in the Stipe fight. We saw it. We saw him play with his food. We saw him cook his beans. Do you know what I mean? Take that time, let it marinate, bruv, before he went in and feasted. So, yeah, it could be either or, but I feel I'm leaning more towards Ngannou having matured based off the results of the last fight against Stipe. Whereas where it comes with Cyril, do you know what, man? Cyril, I don't think he wants the fight to go on for longer than it has to be. I think Cyril is calculated. Like I said, he pieces you up. But then at the same time, he's throwing fight-ending shit. He's throwing flying knees. Yeah. He's throwing roundhouse head kicks. These are shit that, all right, may or may not knock you out. But if they land, that's it. Like, your cobwebs are knocked, like, off the stratosphere, bro. You're not getting back in that fight, kind of thing. And I can't remember who it was that he finished, bro. You may need to pull up some of the names and jog my memory, bro.
Would finish.
Who was it that he finished, bro? One sec, bro. Do you know what? Let me pull this up, man. Because I know Gane finished someone.
What, knockout? Knockout.
Yeah, it wasn't like a KO, but it was a TKO. It was like that's it, Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Derek Lewis.
That's who it was, bro. So and Dos Santos as well.
Yeah, JDS, yeah.
Yeah, and Dos Santos as well. So we finished those 2 guys. The Dos Santos one was a bit questionable, but as I said, he had had his will with Dos Santos up until the point where he landed something big, and then from that point on, you knew it was a wrap for Dos Santos. And it was the same with Derek Lewis. He was just toying with him. And we've seen the run Derek Lewis has been on ever since he lost to Cyril Gane. So Lewis is no joke.
Exactly. But, and he was on a good run before that as well.
Yeah, man. So Gane, I don't think he's in there to, like, play games with anyone. Do you know what I mean? The 2 people that he went to decision against were Volkov and Jairzinho, who are both, like, fucking battle-tested veterans, difficult to get out of there. Like, no one has really finished them other than people with brutal knockout power, people like Derek Lewis and Francis. Who they knock out everyone with. Like, Derek Lewis is the most knockouts
in UFC history, in
history now, bro. And as we know, Ngannou has never won a fight any other way.
Nah,
it's intriguing. It's fucking intriguing.
It's so intriguing. 2, in terms of, because everyone's talking about if Gane keeps it on the feet, that's where he's at a disadvantage. It is a possibility. I mean, it is the right thing to say, try and get it to the ground. But mate, this guy's a fucking unit. Like, trying to get him to the ground is not going to be easy. I even think with Stipe, I think Stipe just managed to get the single leg and managed to get him down in the first fight. But in the second fight, he couldn't get him down. He could not get him down. But if Gane was to get Ngannou down, are we then looking at the fight being over?
No. I think Ngannou's definitely, again, based off the Stipe fight. And I don't think Gane is a better wrestler than Stipe. But who knows? Because we've never seen really Gane go there. I know Gane is dominant on the ground. I know Gane knows what he's doing on the ground. And if I had to pick someone in that competency, I would lean again more to Cyril. But I don't think. I think if Cyril was to take Ngannou down, Ngannou will probably get back up. I think he knows enough now about the sport of MMA to respect it enough to know, like, look, at this level, especially UFC level, you can't be again, unless you're fighting someone like Khabib, you can't be on your back. Like, you need to get up off your back. That's the first skill you need to have. Because Dana doesn't like that shit, man. We know that. We know it's like you can't really sell that shit, bro. Like fucking men lying on top of other fucking men, like that's not marketable, bro. You know what I mean? Tell the LGBTQ plus 1, 2, 3, 4 XYZ exclamation point fucking hashtag to at me, bro. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you need to get up off your back, and I feel like Ngannou respects the game now well enough to know that he can't stay on his back. And if Gane was to take him there, he should get up, not comfortably, but he should be able to get up. Gane, I feel like he's a more well-rounded fighter by far, in my opinion. I feel like he's got better understanding of all the disciplines, even though we really haven't seen him tested in those areas. He hasn't really need to display any of it because he's just been murking people with what he's used to, which is that sort of karate style, pepper people with shots and then throw a fucking big one in there, change the sort of tide of the fight, and then from that point on take over, finish them, whatever it is. So his style is not very wrestling heavy, and I don't see why. I feel Cyril's got enough confidence in him to know that he could stand with this dude. He's sparred with this dude. This dude needs to be, of course. Unless we see some Paul Daly and MVP shit where you think they're both gonna go at each other, but then one just tries to take the other down for the whole fight. Unless some bizarre shit like that happens. But yeah, man.
Nah, it's crazy, and people, we can understand the great game plan. People, from Ngannou's perspective, is try and end it as quickly as possible, try and take his head off and show that he is the baddest man in the planet and the most dominant force out there. From Gane's perspective, it's business as usual, consistency, trying to destroy him slowly and comfortably, and then, as Tu said, going in with that one big shot and trying to end it. So based on everything that we have said, to where are you going? We gotta make a prediction. I always said it don't mean shit because we don't know.
Bro, you know I'm always gonna go for the wildest fucking one, bro. I'm gonna go for Ngannou 5th round submission, triangle choke, off the cage, jumping flying triangle choke off the cage, last second of the 5th round. Puts Cyril to sleep, bro. No, I'm joking, bro. But do you know what? It's funny you said business as usual, bro, because I wanted to talk about the implications of this fight. I don't know if you were going to get into it, bro, but you know about this is Ngannou's last fight. Oh no,
I was gonna leave that for the review because I know what you're talking. I've been keeping up. I wanted to leave it for the review.
Oh, bro, I feel obliged just to mention it, bro.
Yeah, go for it.
If that is a factor in his head, and going back to what you said about, you know, we've seen sort of chinks in his mentality before with the Stipe fight and the Derek Lewis fight, because those weren't really like, we knew physically he could fight those guys, but he wasn't there in his head. Could this be one of them Dustin Poirier things where, you know, all right, yeah, you're a good fighter and all, but on one occasion or two occasions you've kind of shown that, you know, your head has not been in the right place and it's cost you. Maybe, I don't know, bro.
Maybe.
But it's deep like that, innit, bro? But that's not what I'm basing my decision off, man. I'm just basing it off purely what we've seen off the guys. I'm leaning towards Cyril, bro. And I'm going to say 4th round finish for Cyril. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. You know, I always go for the like proper awkward ones, bro. But I've been right on more occasions than
you
not,
have. But it's a new year. It's a new
I'm
year.
gonna go with.
Do you know what I genuinely thought you were gonna go with Francis.
Bro, I was before we jumped on. But then after you got me to break it down and think about it, bro, I went. But I know why you think I was going to go with Francis, bro, because that same Deontay Wilder logic, bro. All it takes is know, bro. I don't know why on this occasion. I think it's my karate background. Do you know what I mean? It's like coming up as like one of them karate kids and looking at Cyril and being like, right, it actually fucking works. Like, could the world heavyweight champion be someone from my style of combat? Do you know what I mean?
I hear that.
That personal affection to those guys, bro. I always like the Machidas, the Wonder Boys and Rodriguez's and those guys. Like, I always have an affection, even Conor to a certain extent. So I'm gonna go with Cyril 4th round finish. I feel like I said in the breakdown, I feel like he's gonna dominate on the ground. He's just gonna be too quick. He's gonna pepper Ngannou, and then 3rd or 4th round, when Ngannou starts to tire out a bit, get a bit frustrated, Cyril's gonna catch him with something and ground and pound finish kind of thing. Referee pulls him off. But I do expect a wild exchange in the fight. Yeah. Where, for example, Cyril is beating down on Ngannou for the whole round, and then Ngannou clips him with some shit, and then they just kind of get into this rock'em sock'em robot thing, and then it's like the last second of the round, the bell calls. I'm expecting some shit like that, bro. I am, because you know there's personal feelings involved as well. Like I said, this used to be your teammate. This, like, I'm not expecting a bland affair here, bro, at all.
100.
What's your take, bro?
I was always going Gane, to be fair, but I'm going Gane in the 5th rear naked choke. I think he's gonna.
Yeah, you're thinking along the same lines I am, bro.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna wear him out, absolutely wear him out, and then get him down, and then just wrap it. And I don't think it's gonna take much for Ngannou to tap. I really don't. Don't get me wrong. Like, the other part of my head is saying that Ngannou is just gonna take his head off in the 2nd round, and then we're just gonna be like, oh well.
Do you know what man said? He's gonna do a fucking Jan Blachowicz, bro. Like, the choke is not even in, bro. He's just gonna
I can see it, bro. And Ngannou's gonna be so tired, he's just gonna be like, nah, bro. Like, I haven't got time for that. I'm not going to sleep, so I'm just gonna tap. Bro. 5th round, that's what I'm feeling. 5th round, rear naked choke, Gane to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ngannou takes his head off in the 2nd round, and then we're talking about what a knockout as usual. Ngannou's gone through everybody and absolutely blitzed them.
Yeah, highlight reel. Absolutely. Like, taking nothing away from Francis, bro. And this ain't based on the results of the African Cup of Nations and all that shit, bro. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, Ngannou can easily win this fight.
Yeah.
At any moment, any second, like, just with one shot, that's it. But yeah, man, thank God this fucking fight is not going to be in Africa, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Based off the recent refereeing decisions.
This guy, bro. Honestly.
Do you know that referee would fuck this fight up, bro? You know this referee
man saying Dana slipped some money, bro, to make sure Ngannou doesn't win.
Bro, do you know what I mean? He's gonna give Cyril a red card before the fight starts. Like, you know what I mean? Like one of them ones, bro. Like what?
Oh mate, but people,
Just-
it is a fight that we are so looking forward to. It's going to be a great fight. Unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen. You can take what we say, but let's be realistic. You can even go to the professionals that do it on TV. They don't even know what's going to happen in this fight. That's why it's so intriguing. That's why it's so compelling. And it's one that you're going to have to watch. But moving on to the co-main event, it is for the undisputed flyweight title, Moreno versus Figueredo, part 3. The first fight ended in a draw. The second fight ended with Moreno taking the title from Figueredo. And now we're running it back again. Listen, it's a trilogy fight. The first 2 have been good. They've been good fights, man. I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed them. Like the first one had everything. It had back and forth. It had man's cheating, point deductions, all sorts. The second fight, obviously a little bit more measured. Moreno coming out on top. It was a rear naked choke, in it. Finish the second. Yeah. So they're running it back again. Bro, what are you telling me? Were you saying for this fight, bro? Yeah, your favorite boy, bro.
Hey, listen, man. I love it, bro. I love when there's rivalries and trilogies and rematches. I love it, bro. You know me, bro. I'm all for it, bro. Let these man fight every fucking weekend. Like do a Marquez Pacquiao thing, bro. Like, I love how Marquez Pacquiao said, "Fuck it, we'll do it a 4th time."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fuck it, it don't make sense, but fuck it, bro. We know we're gonna put on a bit like, I love that shit, bro. Like, fuck it, keep it. Like, I want to see Marquez Pacquiao 28, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Man said he wants to see them in Zimmer frames, still going at it, bro.
Rust, blood. I want, like, listen, fuck it, just do it. Let them keep fighting, bro. These men have put on a show, and that division is good, but it's slept on. It's very slept on. Like, no one wants to see midgets fight, bro. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, well, they do. Like, if you go to Thailand and watch actual fucking midgets fight, bro, it's the shit, bro. But do you know what I mean? Like, in the UFC, like, no one wants to see the small guys fight, bro.
Yeah.
So it's good when you have guys like this that come out and that can actually draw everyone's attention away for a moment. Bro, both of them are just mad, like mad. That's it. Moreno's got way too much heart for someone that small, and Figueredo should have been born a fucking ox. Do you know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't even fucking be a human, bro. But I love it, man. We both know what they bring to the table. You could just go back and watch the fucking podcast from the first fight.
Yeah.
Spoken about them way too many times, bro. But if I was to lean this time, or if I was to wish for something this time, it would be for Figueredo to get the title back, bro.
Bro, that's only because you want a 4th fight, bro.
Trust me, bro. Straight, bro. 100%, bro. Fuck the rest of the division, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting here like trying to praise them, but at the same time, bro, like, fuck the rest of them, bro.
Who else is in that division? Is it just them 2 in Benavidez?
Bro, Benavidez is done out here. No, there's a few other guys out there as well. Askarov, who's a fucking G. He's like a little, bro. But as you could tell from the fucking name, bro, he's a Ruski. Do you know what I mean? So, he's a G, bro. He's like a Habib in that division, and he's deaf as well.
Oh yeah.
He competed in the Deaf Olympics and shit like that, or he was in the team for the Deaf, some shit like that. But he's a fucking G, bro. No one really wants to fuck with him. But again, no one knows of him. Because first of all, he's small. Second of all, he doesn't speak English. He can't promote himself. Like, he's just one of these guys that flies under the radar. But there's a few other guys in there as well. What's his name? The guy that beat Cody Garbrandt, Kai Kara France.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there as well.
But
He's
he lost to who did he lose? He lost to one of these two, innit?
he lost to, I think it was Moreno. He lost to Moreno. But the thing is with him, again, he when he came into the UFC, he was tested, bro. Do you know what I mean? Up until that point, he may have been a kickboxer, but he'd not really been knee deep in MMA UFC level. So you can forgive him for having a few losses early in his career, bro. Like, I have no beef with that, bro. Yeah, you're a young fighter, you're trying to learn your trade. It's what we see now. And what we've seen now of him is like, oh shit, all right. You know, you are from the same gym as Israel Adesanya and them New Zealand man, you know, Volkanovski and shit. And yo, for real, these men are tearing it up. Their gym is no joke. And again, because he was young, forgive him for those first few losses. That's all cool. But now we're seeing like, oh shit, he's really coming to his own. Do you know what I mean? He had the first stint in the UFC as well, and he got cut. And then he came back and he lost a couple. And now we're really seeing like he's really coming into his own. So he's in there. And then there's a few others, bro, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But realistically, no one that anyone's really talking about, like Figuerado.
Yeah, it's just these two. It's just these two, Figueredo and Moreno. Listen, I'm just like, I don't know what Figueredo is going to do here. I genuinely don't, because I think the first fight was just a madness, bro. It was just absolute madness. But I think the second fight, I think we saw, you know, when you just think someone's got someone's number and you're just like, Moreno just looks like he'll beat him like all the time. That's what it's kind of looking like. And I think, because does Figueredo not have issues with weight cutting or something like that? Does he, or am I wrong?
Yeah. No, well, you are right. He does struggle to get to 125. But in the last fight with, sorry, not in the last fight, in the first fight with Moreno, remember, he had a fight like a month earlier.
Okay.
Where he knocked the guy out in the first round in like ridiculous fashion. And Dana White gave him a post-fight bonus. And then they immediately, and Moreno said, fuck it, I'm going to stay in Las Vegas and take the next fight on the next card. So having 2 weight cuts in the space of a month, and, you know, it's fucking mental, bro. It's dangerous. So again, stupid thing to do as a fighter. I personally think he should have recovered and gone into that fight. But imagine if he went into that first fight full health, he may have even won that fight. I feel like in the second fight, his emotions got the better of him, whereas Moreno didn't look like he was offended by anything at any time. And if Figueiredo could overcome that sort of mental block of not taking it personally and focus on the fight and perform a sort of perform in the sort of way that he did in the first fight. Because again, I feel like that first fight only went to a draw because of that
the points deduction. Yeah.
So if he can pull something out of the hat like he did the first time, he should be able to beat Moreno. He should. He could, again, someone with ridiculous knockout power as well. He could even knock him out.
Yeah, because he's a power puncher and he's a volume puncher as well. So I would expect that that's what Figueiredo would be trying to do, is to take his head off. But I just think that Moreno he's just too technical for him. I think that Moreno just knows, he's calculated, he knows what to do. Don't get me wrong, he'll get caught a couple of times, but I just think he's just too smart and just has too much know-how for Figueiredo to win the fight. But at the same time, I think if Figueiredo can catch him and absolutely like maul him, then no doubt, and he can come, as you said, come in of the version of himself in the first fight, it's a lot closer then. It is a lot closer then. But I just hope that Figueiredo hasn't already, because I've been hearing reports that if he were to lose this, he's moving up to bantamweight, because obviously the weight cutting. I just hope he's not already there mentally and that he gives the best version of himself in this fight, because it should be a good fight. It should be a good co-main event for this card.
I didn't hear about that. That's deep, bro. That is deep, bro. So this could potentially be his last fight at 125.
At flyweight, yeah.
But just imagine if he does win it. Bruv,
Oh no,
that
if he wins it, he'll stay. But if he loses, he's gonna go up.
No, bruv. I think that would be brilliant if he wins it.
And then goes up.
Yeah.
Because who's bantamweight? Who's
That's not Volkanovski, bruv. That's what's his name?
Bro, the name escapes me. I know who it is as well.
It's gonna kill me now, bruv. It's gonna fucking annoy me, bruv. What's his name, bruv?
Because Oliveira is what?
No, Oliveira is way higher, bro. Way higher.
Bantamweight. I feel like, oh, mate, that's gonna bug me.
Fuck, bruv. It's your boy, bruv.
Oh, Aljo.
That's why, bruv. That's why. That's why, bruv.
Bruv, actually, Figueredo, I'm not gonna lie. Figueredo needs to stay at flyweight, bruv, because him moving up to bantamweight, bro, like, real talk. Nah, bro, Aljo's too much for him. Yeah. Aljo's too much for him, bro. And Jan will destroy him as well.
Yeah, I feel like that as well. I feel like those guys will be way too big for him. But still, man, fuck it, champ guys. It's always entertaining, isn't it, bro? It's always and the thing is, that won't happen anytime soon, bro, because I feel like the Gane and the Aljo fight will have to go a trilogy. It will just have to go one more.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like that will happen anytime soon. But again, if it is, if it happens, I don't feel anyone will be mad with it. You know what I mean? But fuck, bruv. As far as I'm going to go with Figueredo. I'm going to say I'm expecting a performance like the first fight. Where he's at full health and he's not going to take the fight personally. He's not going to take it emotionally, but he's still going to come in with the same sort of intensity like he always does. And I feel like he will beat Moreno. But you know what we were saying earlier about Kai Kara France and his development in the UFC, and you can see it happening unfold as you're watching him in his career. It was the same thing with Moreno, bro. But the last fight with Figueredo was again that sort of plateau. Now we just sort of jump a whole nother level that we never expected. That's the commitment. That's all paying off. All those rounds in the gym and like going back and being humbled and learning new things. That's all of that starting to pay off. You can see it now. The jump from the first fight to the second fight.
Nah, 100.
If Figueredo was to, let's say, if Figueredo went back to the drawing board and corrected all his mistakes, that's what I feel like what will happen. I feel like that's what Figueredo will go back to the drawing board, learn off his mistakes, and come back and absolutely dominate this fight. He done it when he lost his first fight. I can't remember who it was to. I think it was Cejudo or Benavides or someone. I can't remember who he lost to, or another Brazilian dude, Pedro Munoz. I can't remember who the fuck he lost to, bro. And he got exposed in that fight. Like, he had no cardio. He was taken down at will. You could see he had given up halfway through the fight, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he relied on his power way too much. And when he came back after that fight, that was the run that he went on to get the title.
Okay.
So I feel like this is another one of those moments.
So you're saying Figueredo. What round are you saying and how?
No, decision. Because Moreno's a tough motherfucker, bro. It's hard to knock people out at these lighter divisions, bro. It's really hard. Even though his power is exponentially higher than the rest of the guys and he has a higher knockout percentage, those are all fucking numbers, bro. We know Moreno he's got the heart of a Mexican, bro. He's not gonna, he's got the heart of a Mexican cab driver, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's not letting up, bro. He's going the full 5 rounds, bro. But who knows, bro? Who knows? It may even be like knockout of the year. Who knows? If Figueredo does knock him out. But I don't see it. I see it going 5 rounds. Imagine bro, this is fight of the night for me, bro. This is going to be fight of the night.
It's going to be a crazy fight. I'm going to go Moreno in 4. I think Moreno's going to sub him again in 4. But it's going to be absolute chaos. It's going to be absolute chaos, and it is a brilliant co-main event to accommodate the main event, which is Ngannou versus Gane. Any other fights you want to go through on the card?
Bruv, man, it's a shame these guys get no shine. But yeah, everyone just watch the rest of the fights, bro. All of the fights are lit, bro. All the guys on the card, on the main card as well. And TJ, watch it, bro. Trust me. When I say these guys are gonna put on some fucking sick fights, they're gonna put on some sick fights, bro. There's names even on the undercard. So the one that strikes me the most is Everleave versus Ilias Toquera, some Spanish Georgian kid, if I'm not mistaken. He's fucking good. And the other kid is an undefeated Russian, bro. So I think they're top of the undercard. So right before the main event starts, that's definitely a fight I'm gonna pay attention to. But yeah, rest of the card is lit, man.
100.
These two main event guys and these co-main event guys is all we have time for, unfortunately, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, time flies. Quickly, before we go, bro. I need to talk to you about your boy, bro. Ortiz versus Charles Martin. Quickly, bro. Obviously.
Oh, yeah, bro. Both of them are my boys, bro. Both of them are my boys.
Bro, listen, like that fight, so under-promoted. It was annoying because it was actually a good fight, bro. People, if you don't know, Ortiz versus Charles Martin. Charles Martin getting knockdowns in the first and fourth before Ortiz. Ortiz punched man so hard, he stopped fighting, bro. In the 6th.
Bro, Ortiz punched man so hard, bro. My man just froze in time, bro. Like it was that Sub-Zero finishing move, bro. You know, he just froze him. Just froze
I'm telling
him,
you.
My man, like at that very moment, my man was like, "Where's my kids?"
You know, like that, and it was so bad. Man actually got stuck in the ropes, bro. Trust
me, bro. He woke up from that thinking like, "Rah, why are my arms wrapped around my neck? Like, what fucking yoga position am I in, bro?" Bro, it's bad,
it was a good fight, bro.
Credit, do you know what, bro? He did walk this earth like a god for a moment in his career, bro. But ratings to him in that fight, he did put up a fight, bro. It wasn't just a pure battering. Like, he did knock Ortiz down in like
the first and fourth, bro.
Yeah, that was it. And I thought it was the third for some reason, but yeah, he knocked him down twice, man. Ortiz, the old man that he is, bro. We know he's just in a class of his own, bro. When it comes to this boxing shit, he's in a class of his own. Again, no heavyweight possesses the sort of technique that Ortiz has, especially in Ortiz's prime. So,
what next for Ortiz though? Because obviously he's won this fight. Obviously, we know the title fights. Fury's trying to sort out with Dillian. AJ's obviously got the rematch with Usyk. Potentially, could we see Ortiz versus Joseph Parker?
Or it's not going to be anyone bigger than, let's say, Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, and your boy, what's his name?
Not my boy, bruv.
What's his
Joe
name?
Joyce.
Bruv? That's it, bruv. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, it's got to be one of them three, bruv.
It won't be Joe Joyce, bruv. Like, what's his name? What's the promoter's name? Frank Warren's not that stupid. Like, he won't put him in there with Ortiz. He won't put him in there with Ortiz. No chance.
I don't think Joe Joyce is that stupid. I think Joe Joyce is a pretty fucking educated guy, smart guy. Like, I don't think he wants any part of fucking Ortiz, bro.
This is it. No one does, but I think Ortiz versus Joseph Parker will be a good fight. Andy Ruiz as well is a shout, but I think Ortiz versus Joseph Parker. I think if anything, Joe Joyce fights Andy Ruiz.
That's That's a good fight.
And then get that done whilst obviously Fury and Dillian and then AJ and Usyk, or could we see Ortiz versus Wilder 3? Could that be Wilder's comeback?
Ooh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I like that. I do. That is mouth-watering, bro. Or if AJ loses to Usyk, do we finally see?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping AJ loses to Usyk again. Fury beats Dillian, so they can fight and we can finally have an undisputed. And then Wilder versus AJ, bro, the tale of the two losers. Like that would, yeah, I'm for that.
It makes sense because they both, like, all right, Wilder lost to Fury twice, and then hypothetically speaking, AJ will lose to Usyk twice. But the promoters or fighters, surely you'll put all that shit aside for once and be like, you know what, bro, they're both cack. Fuck it, let them fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
nah, I'm here for it. I am here for it, bro. But people,
like, we have to watch this space, innit, bro?
That's exactly what we need to do. But people, Boxing Talk will be coming back. Don't you worry about that. As soon as these frigging guys start making fights that we want to talk about, unlike in the UFC where we've got something to talk about nearly every week. But people, let us know what you think in the comment section. Tell us what you think. Ngannou or Gane, who have you got? Have you got a legitimate reason to say that this guy is going to win? Because can you say it with your chest that either Ngannou or Gane is going to win this fight? So let us know if who's going to win and how. Let us know what you think about Moreno versus Figueredo. Who's going to win and how? Because at this moment in time, it looks like Moreno's got Figueredo's number. But can Figueredo make a comeback, win it, and then we have Moreno versus Figueredo 4, which is what Tooth is looking for. And let us know what kind of boxing fights you want to see in 2022. Are you convinced by the AJ versus Wilder? Do you want to see Ortiz versus Joseph Parker, Andrew Ruiz, Joe Joyce? Heck, Derek Chisora, bro. The Derek Chisora, the boxing guy.
Bro.
Huh? The Jose Aldo was boxing, bruv. Let us know. The man said Jake Paul, bruv.
Oh, taking it.
Man said Jake Paul. But
listen, bruv, you're starting, bruv. Man said the fucking Jose Aldo was boxing, bruv. Taking the piss, bruv. I can't believe it, bro. But yeah, man. On that note, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. People, let us know what you think in the comment section. We want to hear from you. But yeah, as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. I say all the time, share. We are here. Want to say thank you very much to my guy Tooth. It has been a pleasure. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Same time next week for the review, blood.
Of course, bro. Yes, people, you heard it here first. We'll be back same time next week for the review of UFC 270. Also, Footy Chat will be coming up this week. Got a lot to talk about. May get too fun because we need to talk about Newcastle, bro. We need to talk about Newcastle. But we will be back on.
There's nothing to talk about, bro. We're getting relegated. Nothing to talk about, bro. We're getting
all the signings, bro. Bro, I'm hearing that you lot might be going in for Balotelli. People you can't see too, yeah, but he's just got his hands on his head. Thinking, what the fuck, bro? Are you still there? Oh, you're still there. I thought he froze.
Bro,
I was doing a Charles Martin.
Yeah. No, bro. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can. Yeah. It froze for a little bit still.
Yeah, bro. It's just typical for us, bro. It's just typical, man. But we'll get into the footy talk. With the rest of the man them.
Of course, with all the man them. I'm not gonna say it, but I am on to Mr. KA for it. It's coming soon. It will happen before the All-Star break. It will happen before the All-Star break. I promise you people, all our NBA people, it will happen before the All-Star break. But yeah, people, stay safe out there. Be safe. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.